Stocks finished mixed on Friday as investors continued to weigh whether signs of inflation or signs of disinflation in July's report were more telling for the future of interest rates. To some, Thursday's CPI reading showed inflation heating up again for the first time in 13 months. However, others saw convincing signs making it more likely the Federal Reserve won't hike interest rates at its next meeting. But with a mixed finish on Friday, the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 were both dealt weekly losses. As for the Dow, who cares? That's not where the action is. So, where is the action? Gladiator II. In a roller coaster of emotions this week, the internet is cheering once again that the fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg appears to be on. The two are planning to meet in Italy for a mixed martial arts cage match. Will I watch? No. Will I bet on the match? No. Seriously? My little sister could kick both their asses. And now we're taking a look at the 1-year daily chart on the spiders, the SPY, and the close on Friday was 445.65. And as you can see, we've been running up through this channel with the bottom channel line moving on up here and the top channel line moving on up here. And as you can see, the downdraft we had over the past couple of weeks is getting near that bottom channel line, which coincides with the 50 EMA. Last week we were talking about this possibility or probability, and I think it's coming true. Let's move on down here. Volume's not going to tell you too much. Here into the MACD, you can see that both the fast line in black and the slow line in red are heading on down. They still have a little bit of power being above that zero line, but it's fading. Now, there's not too much acceleration here, and once we get further into the other oscillators, you'll see that looks like it might bottom in base in this area. It might go below zero, both the fast line and the slow line, but I expect some sort of bottoming and basing here starting next week and into the week following. Let's look at the histogram, and that kind of gives you the idea that things are starting to just begin to bottom and base here. We've had this level here at above -2 for the last couple 3 days, so that's telling me that there's a potential for a bottoming and basing again next week and the following week. Moving on down here into the price rate of change, you can see pretty much the same thing, as well as in the RSI. We're at a moderate 37.35, so it's relatively weak, but it looks like it wants to bottom and base there, and you can see that. Here into stochastics, I would say that we're a little bit early, but I think it's going to happen. And there into the Williams, we've bounced down here a couple of times. It attempted a bounce on up here, failed, came back at the same level, so I think it's going to bounce here and head back on up. Watch the Williams. Back up here to the price chart, and as you see, I think it's going to want to stay within this channel line. If it breaks down below the 50 EMA or this bottom channel line, we may have something developing, but I think for now the probabilities are a bottoming and basing in this area here, and then a continuation with a move on up. And so for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.